Wow, great timing there. Guy totally just nailed my truck when I started the video. Okay, cool. Thanks, truck. Hi guys. Oh, yeah, you want to honk at me? Yeah? Oh, I hit the start the race button. Never mind. All right, well, look. Here is a video for Need for Speed Payback, guys. And I'm not going to do that side quest. I probably could have, but I wanted to talk about just the card system in this game and how hard and dumb it is when you get a new truck. You're like, the derelict truck's obviously the one I'm driving right now is kind of cool. What am I doing? Why is this a race against this one guy? Oh, this sucks. The derelict trucks are like ones that you have to go and scavenge and find the parts for, and that's cool and all. And then you can customize them and make them cool, and they can go from like the level 100 or whatever it is to level like 3. I think it's 300, 399, whatever the highest is, right? So the derelict vehicles are cool like that. This is the truck one. There's the Volkswagen Beetle, and then once you get them to max level, then there's also a thing that you can do to customize how they look, to make them look, I don't know, hot roddy or whatever, depending on which type of car it is. You also get the choice when you first make them each to do this, to choose like which type of vehicle they are. This one I chose off-road because it's a truck. Makes sense. Made sense to me. Finally got a good shortcut on something there, so I can stay ahead of this guy for a second. But yeah, like you get to choose what you want. Like if you want to do the off-road or whatever, which you can totally take the Beetle and make it an off-road car. I actually took mine and made it a drifting car, which is probably dumb, but I don't care because I'm not a car guy. I don't care if that's like aesthetically appeasing or if that's, you know, a real thing that people would do. Drifting bug sounds fun to me, so why not? I think I set the Ford Mustang, like the 1965 Mustang, as my, what did I do, a drag car with that. So for drag racing, it made sense for that. I think that one's probably what that's meant to be. And then I set the what's the big bulky goofball car? It looks like a clown car to me, but I'm not a car guy, so what do I know? I set it as the Bel Air. I set it as the runner car. For some reason, I thought that would be a fun car to slam into cops and whatever. And it seemed like a good bootlegging car to me. Maybe that's what they meant for that one. I don't know. I'm really not sure if most people would use that as their runner brand car. I thought bootlegging, you know, running a bunch of alcohol and booze and stuff through the city and stuff, it made kind of like made sense in a very older prohibition way, rather. Not probation, wrong word. But I'm focusing on driving, sorry. I just thought that one kind of made sense for that role, and I didn't have any other runners, so I thought that was a good one to use. But so the derelict cars are like a different kind of thing, right? Where you have to go and you have to use the map, and it's kind of a weird side quest game where you can go and gather all the parts for them, and you have to kind of like line up the parts of the mini-map that looks something like what they kind of give you a small picture of. And you can blow it up and look at it, but like you're trying to go off this tiny picture. And then you get the car. After you find the car, you have to go get 4 other parts of the car, engine and whatnot, to actually build the car, which it sounds like a cool like way to do the game, but I don't know, it's really not, guys. Like I feel like it could have been done way better. So then you get the car, you build it. I built the truck, and you have to build all of them so you can then buy them. And I think you can go put them in the other different, like you can have an off-road for each one, and you can have a drag for each one. The gimmick with those cars is they can actually go above the normal build level to like the supercar build level. But you start with like level 1 stock garbage. I made the Beetle drift car and went to play with it and was like, I couldn't even drift with it. Like I set my my quick settings. If you hit like the down on this is on the Xbox. If you hit the down on the D-pad, you get this little like live tuning thing. And yeah, you can go kind of change it, but like it's really not. It's just not a good system, you know. It's like there's a little bit of tuning, but like at level 1. It's just not worth doing. Let me go fast travel somewhere where I can buy parts or something. Is there a thing out here somewhere? This is where I meant to go last time. I don't know why I went to the other place. I fast traveled before the video, and I was like, oh, this is where I thought I went, but that's what I was doing. A race I didn't know which race I was doing there. But so you get a car, and you can instantly go to the tune-up shop, and I think you can get level 3 and a couple level 2 parts, which are almost necessary for you to go spend that extra like 10,000 per piece, right? To go buy a couple pieces to get your, like for the Volkswagen particularly, just to drift. To win an event, I had to get at least all level 3 parts, I think, before, or I think I got like the head, the block, and the gearbox at level 3, and then I think the other ones I had level 2 cards, and they were just random. None of them were matching or anything. But like you see, like the level 100 to like 200 bar that I'm in right now, that starts out flat at 100 on the derelict cars. It's terrible, like having to level them up from that to like 400 almost, or 399 is what the slider says. But like that process, it's gonna take a long time, and then you might find a level 4 block. Okay, I have a level 2 block, so I guess that'd be an upgrade for this. I lose my bonuses and stuff from the other things, which probably not as important, but like you kind of are forced to spend money to level it up, because like what did I get from that last race? A level 3 card. Like I could go do that race again, I'd probably get a level 3 card at least 1 or 2 more times, or I could keep spamming it and do that race over and over again, right? And maybe I'll get a level 4 or 5 card eventually out of it. I don't know how long that takes, and there's nothing that tells you where the progress is or like what you're going to be able to do. And then like you have to kind of wait on this system where like you're watching like the inventory refresh timer there is at 5 minutes. If I wait till 5 minutes goes by and then I come back to here, fast travel here, there might be a different part that's level 4. Maybe it's one of the ones that's a level 2 that I need. It could be, but I could also use this reroll thing that takes 3 cards that you have to disenchant kind of, or shard, whatever you want to call it, to make this. And then it's just it's such an artificial slow way of gearing up. Like if I have the money to just go buy a better part, why do I have to first buy this part, or 3 or 4 different parts before I can get a level 5 one to spawn in here? Or why do I have to go do so many races? It's not a very good system, and I'm not liking it. I don't know if there's anyone that is liking it, but it's too artificial for me. And like, I'm gonna buy this part now, and then sometimes the store restocks and gets a little bit more or something of a similar part that you might need, but it doesn't look like it did this time. But so now I have, these other cards, like these ones that I can go. I think I was just using that one because it was instead of the level 3, because it was a set bonus. So I broke my set bonus to use it, or to stop using it. So I lose my NOS and my airtime, which are kind of important in an off-road truck, right? But I can go and shard these, right? And then, because I know I need a better gearbox, or I might, well, yeah, the gearbox won't break my other set bonus, because I had 2 different set bonuses, or the turbo. I could go make a turbo, or a gearbox. Which one? Turbo comes up first. We're going to do that one, random. And then we'll see what the other, the brand is, whatever this Chidori it looks like I'm going to get. And then I got speed, which is okay. I need speed to win races, so that's fine. I got, what, 3 more top speed out of that? Is that what it was? Or yeah, plus 3 top speed, plus 9 horsepower. But I got a level 3 instead of a level 2. So, like, not a very big upgrade, guys. And I could sell this. I don't know how much it sells for, or I could also trade it in. And then I could, get another, that's 1/3 of getting another reroll, right? So every 3 rerolls you get 1 free if you have to shard everything. But I'm not getting like a huge upgrade. I might as well equip it just because it's slightly better. What was the other one I needed? A gearbox. Let's go roll a gearbox, but then I'm going to run out of these what are they called? I don't even know. The sharding cards. I got a level 4 gearbox. Woo! It's a 2 upgrade, but okay, well, it didn't. It got acceleration, so it's got the same thing. So we'll equip that. Okay, now again, I can go back to my equipment, page tab rather, and then I can go to the ones that I have surplus stock on, and I can go and shard them. I think I could sell them, but I'm going to shard them because I need more random reroll cards. Yeah, I could sell it with X or trade it with Y, but I've been trading them all in because you kind of have to do the roulette machine thingy, whatever this is called, the slot machine thingy. Like, you have to do this at some point to get better, to get like triple perks on a card, which I haven't got on this truck yet. But like, you kind of have to do that, right? And then you have to go and do more events. And I'll probably lose this event because I don't have the best truck, and I didn't even look what the thing was. And hitting 35 things is too much of a distraction, so I'm just gonna not do that while I'm doing a video. It's normally not that hard if I'm not doing a video, but while I'm trying to focus and like trying to talk at the same time, I'm not gonna do it. The side bets are like kind of a fun way to make more money if you just want to stockpile cash because you need to go buy cards, but like, it's also not the most important thing in this game because you don't need money specifically to buy upgrade parts. You more need those card reroll things. And I guess if you really wanted to just go spend your money to buy cheap cards to shard, you could do that, I guess. I mean, it is a thing you could do. I haven't yet because it doesn't seem like the most viable way to do it. But I'm not sitting on like millions of dollars yet. I'm still only like what, $400,000, $500,000 So to me, it's not quite like I need that yet. But maybe eventually I probably will. And I want to get ahead of this car. Is that enough? But I want to have fun playing this game, and I'm trying to have fun, guys. But this card system for like gearing up is like, it's a very suboptimal, odd way of doing things, and I'm finding it more frustrating when you get like a new car to have to first go buy parts before you can even do your first races, right? Then to have to go do some very simple, like the first in the series of races, like the first drifting one is one I've gotten pretty good at. But like, if you get like a derelict and then you build it as a drift car and then you try and do that with like all stock level 1 stuff, you're not even gonna be able to drift. Like, I couldn't even get the first score you need when you have that is like, it was like 25,000 or 35,000 points. I couldn't even get that going around any of the big corners. Like, there was no way to drift that much. I had to go buy level 3 parts, and then it was like, oh, this is like such a different car with level 3 or 4 parts that I could actually get enough speed, top speed added to my car that I could actually finish the drift event, which the drift events I think are the easiest ones. Like racing, sometimes you get auto scaled and put against cars that are supposed to be around the same level as the car you're in, but like, you can get bumped off the road and stuff in race events. In Need for Speed games, I've never been good at race events, but like, the drift events, it's literally just, you get a card thing at the end of it, if you win too, so that's nice. If you're trying to build up your trade-ins or trying to level up, but like, to win the first event, if you don't win the first event, then you're just like stuck waiting. Now I'm gonna go back. The shops have restocked. If I can find one quick. So I'll just quick travel there, and I'm gonna go look and see if there's anything on this truck. But like, I have to go spam events to go get cards, and I'm getting money while I'm doing that, which is nice, I guess. If I have to buy cards, it kind of steadily goes, but it is a slow way of going there. Like in Need for Speed 2015, the last game, you could literally go and get a new car, and then if you saved up the 32 grand for an engine, you could put a new, like the purple or the orange grade engines in there right away, right after you bought like your new Lamborghini. Bam! I also got this, $32,000 engine. I could buy the other parts. That looks like a good upgrade, so I'm probably gonna go with that one and maybe that one. Maybe that one too. So look, like this time, because I've raced a couple times, I have a few things to buy. We're gonna buy the block. What was the other one? I guess we can buy the level 4, 5 head. And was there a turbo? No. Exhaust. Do I need an exhaust? I need an exhaust. But yeah, so basically I end up having to spend a bunch of money slowly like this, like tens of thousands of dollars. Some of these, like when you get to like level 10, are like $20,000, I think. What was the other part I was going to buy? The exhaust. Do I have an ECU? Oh, so at level 5 ECU, that's good too. So now I've upgraded a few parts, but it cost me what? 40 grand, 50 grand to get level 4 instead of just being able to buy the purple S grade orange gear in the last game. I'm spending a lot more time having to do a grind, and I'm not really happy with that. Like I mean, maybe there's some people that like it, but I'm over it at this point, and I've only had to level up, you know, one of these cars a little ways, and I haven't even got any of the cars to past 300. And I'm already like, okay, I have to go do this trade-in thing for all the old parts now, because I mean, I could keep them if I wanted to try and get a set bonus, right? I could try and like keep stuff, but at this low level, it doesn't seem like it's worth keeping any of these things. I don't need these. I'm probably not, they're not going to be better than a level 10 one that I'm going to get in 15-20 more minutes of play. So I can literally just go and shard all of them, and now I've got 44 things. What's my lowest part? My turbo? Is there a turbo on here that I can buy? There's a level 4 one. Mine was what, level 3? I'll just go try and re-roll one and see if I can get a level 5 or higher one. Maybe I'll get a level 7 if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I'll get a high one, right? Let's see what we get, though. But like, it's such a slow process. It's such a grind and repetition. Like, I get that they're trying to make you stay in the game, but it's like, okay, I got a level 8 one. That's better than I thought I'd get off a level 3 to an upgrade. But okay, and they got 2 of the perks on it, which brakes I don't think is the best perk, but acceleration's good. Fine, equip that. So now my car is at what, 188 level. We're not even at the 200 level kind of first step to being like a decent car, I would call it. I don't even know like what to say about that. I'm not a car guy, but like to get to like the, you know, there's just the custom street racer, custom off-road racer, custom drifter, custom whatever, like from going from stock to like, you know, these artificial numbers like what's a +5 head, what's a +5 block, what's a +8 turbo. What does that mean to an actual car guy? Like, is that insulting to you guys? Because I feel like these are just weird numbers that also don't give you much. I mean, they don't tell you what kind of stats they give. I think if they told you like they shaved off, you know, 4 seconds on your quarter mile or something, then it'd be better. I mean, it does. If you pull up this thing, it shows you like you're gaining 5.13 top speed and 1.2 seconds on your quarter mile. Okay, hold on, let me get a drink. But it's like I have to like compare to stock to see how big of a difference I'm getting. And yeah, because I'm getting a 3-step bonus, I'm getting the what is this giving me? The quarter mile acceleration bonus on top of the acceleration bonus on the card for having 3 pieces of pink gear. Okay. I mean, I guess. I'm also getting a bonus on brakes. I'm also getting a bonus on brakes for having the pink 3-set bonus on that piece. I'm not getting any other bonuses on my other pieces, so irrelevant. But is there anything in here higher than what I have? I think I have a level 5 now, right? No, I need a better gearbox. But they only have a level 4 gearbox. So I could trade if I wanted to try and get a different brand and try and get a different set bonus. I don't have enough. If I change my ACU and gearbox, I could get to orange. I could get a thing. But that's only level 3 and not level 5 like my red level 5 thing. So not worth it. It's just, it's such a weird, dumb system. I don't know why they went with this over the last one where it was like, do you want drifting tires? Yes. Do you want this? Yes. And like, it's pretty weird. All right. So that's, I mean, that's an off-road truck, which I'm amazed I actually even won that event with. Let's go to like one of the drifting areas. I want to do just go to the bug that I've finally got to where I can beat this one event and play that. But like, I'm gonna have to play that so many times to get this car to like level 399. I don't even know how many times, but like, you know, I'm spending more of my time trying to do this, right, than I am playing the story, which is probably just an OCD type thing where I want to gear up a car really good and then I want to do it again. Like, that's That's like the circle of play that I want. What am I running into? Oh gosh. I was trying to look at the map and trying to see why there was a thing right there. I think that's the next quest for one of the people. Or is that a box that I can steal? Is it a box I can steal? No. So there's some random events when I was picking up the derelict cars that I thought were like really cool. And like one of them, so like I was looking for a derelict car and it was out here. And like I saw the blue chip and I was going to go get that. And then there was like just a box here that was like stolen crate or stealable crate of goods, whatever it was. I was looking for a thing right up. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that. It was like a derelict part that was up here. And so I was like, I could see this part of the map on the little mini button, right? And I was like, I got to go through here, blah, blah, blah. So I think I fast traveled from here and then was driving up through these roads. And then I got to this thing and it was like, you can steal this. And I grabbed it and I was like, is this the thing I was looking for? I was like, no, it should be up here. But then it was like, you know, timer started and it was like, all right, you need to go escape with this part. And then there's cops on your tail and stuff. And I was like, oh, really cool. And then I didn't get away. I took too long. Like it made me go way up here. And then like I hit a wall or something. And the cops kind of, they didn't pin me, but they got me slowed down to where I had to like back out and kind of like reassess to get back on the road. And then I ran out of time before I got to one of the checkpoints. And I was like, well, I failed that. That sucks. What was I going to get for that? So I was like, I'll go back and try and do it again. And the thing was gone. And I was like, oh, so I only get one try at that. Okay. I finished getting all the derelict parts for all the cars. And then there was one that I did over here somewhere. I want to say it was like right here. Was the part I needed. Is it there? No, it was straight out from one of these things I could fast travel to. Is it this one? Somewhere over here. So I fast traveled to this thing, and then like somewhere about here, or no, this is on this road. Somewhere about here, there was like another one of those like random parts on the road, and I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, oh, I've got a better car this time. I was in the wrong car last time when I was going to get the other one. I was in like a slower off-road car that hadn't really been built up. But this time I was actually in one of my faster cars. It was almost maxed at 300. It capped at that. So it's one of those weird artificial things where like, why does that car cap at 300 level and not go to the 399 like some of the other cars? Like I can go get a Lamborghini, or I can go get a Dodge Viper that'll go to 399, or I can get a derelict that'll go from the 100 to 399, but some cars only go to 300. Why? I don't know. Like you can only get level 12 cards on it. Instead of, I don't know, I don't even know what it takes to get the level 300 cards. Is it 15, 16? Maybe it's 20. I don't know. But like the cars that cap out at 300 only go up to level 12 cards, and so it's just weird. So yeah, that was a random story, sorry, but that was like a thing. I was like, cool, okay, I did this thing and I stole this car part, I got away with it. What do I get from it? And I got to the end and it was like, here's some money for beating the event, and I was like, that would have been a cool way to get like super parts that are better for a level 300 car or 399 car, like with like 3 stats on the side. But I didn't get anything from it. I think I got a random roll card and it gave me nothing special, something I sharded, and I was like, well, see, like this car I actually maxed out through doing drift events until I finally got the level 12 cards on it. And I don't think I have the best in slot cards on it, but I think I have decent cards on it. This car I think I just bought off the dealer and I haven't done anything yet. And then this is the derelict Volkswagen that I turned into a drifter. And I went with a very green machine look for it with a bunch of stars. And it's real dumb looking. But yeah, so win the event in 85 seconds. Wow, what is that tearing? I don't even know if this car's fast enough to win this event in 85 seconds. The first 2 tries I did, it wasn't fast enough. And then one of the other times I just didn't have like the ability to drift the first time when I had like all stock parts. Like I couldn't initiate a drift to get enough points to get to the 30,000. Now I'm getting to where I need 70,000. And that's... I don't think it's going to be that hard this time. It feels like it's going to be alright. I don't know. I'm not getting the best drifts because I'm not focusing, and I just nailed that. That felt bad. Awesome. Lose my multiplayer. It's going to cost me a bit of time too, so I probably won't make it in the 85 seconds or whatever it was now either if I don't like really smoke it around these corners. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, drifting events are, I would say, easier once you have a car that's at least able to drift, but then you get some, oh my gosh, I'm like doing terrible now. Talking and doing this is not the best way to focus for me. I need to pay more attention, but there we go. There's a good almost 30,000 corner. So I'm gonna get the points I need at least. So that's not bad. But look, I've only got 12 seconds left, and I think I've still got another whole lap to do. Or this is probably the last lap, but like I'm like halfway through it, you know? Yeah, there's the finish line. So up around this last S curve. So yeah, like the points aren't hard to get, but then like the side bets, until you have a better geared car, are a little bit hard, you know. And if you're not paying attention, hit a wall and hit a RV that's parked there, you're not gonna land it. So I fail the side bet, so I don't get as much money. Like the side bets are giving me a pretty good like 1 to 8 odds or 1 to 7 odds. So it sucks when I lose it. I lose that that 1,400 out of my total pay. But if I get it, it's like bam, an extra like 10,000 or more, you know, which is kind of nice. But like, so I have to spam this, and I'm gonna get a you know, select 3 card. I got a level 7 card. Okay, cool. I had a level 5, so that's a nice upgrade. Cool. Let me like move the song on through this weird talking part. Like that's not bad. And this event I like because I can just spam it and do it again. And I don't know if I gain enough speed to actually finish this. We'll see if I can actually do this one. I might focus more on this one than last time. I'm gonna change the view so I can drive better too. I don't know about you guys, but third person just doesn't ever do it for me. I know I can get the points, so I'm going to more focus on like not hitting walls and try and just stay in the zone for driving. And I don't know, I drive better in the first person view in most Need for Speed games. Like third person's okay sometimes. It helps for drifting a bit. There we go, got enough points for that. But yeah, so third person is fine for drifting and stuff. It shows off your car better, and it lets you see when you're in a slide better than first person does. But first person is definitely easier for races and stuff for me. And it's just better for not landing into a truck on the side of the road or going head on into something that's there's no cars in the road driving in this style, in the drift style on this map anyways. There is on some of the other ones. But if there was like a random car, I go around this corner and there's just a car in the lane, that would suck, right? Oh, I'm gonna make it in time this time. I did it. Good. Wow. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna make it that time. I wasn't watching the timer. I was trying to like zone it, but so I beat the side bet. But like, those are going to be super hard when you first get a car. You're going to just have to ignore them for a while until you get a car that's got enough points in. Look, so I got 11,000 extra cash for that. So I get a good amount of money just doing this event over and over again. I can get a card every time I do it that might be a level, you know, a level or 2 above what I got. That one's actually worse, so I'm just going to trade that in. But so you get enough trade-ins that eventually you'll be able to go to one of these shops and buy more parts or do some re-rolls from just spamming the same event. That's not the best kind of gameplay. Like spamming a good event is fine. This is a fun event. I like doing it, but like I don't want my entire game to be this. Avoid coming off the road and beat the target score. This one's going to be one that I have to focus on too. So sorry if I talk a little less or just mumble on, but you know, I like this event. It's fun, but like I wish I could do a little bit more variety. But right now I cannot because I have to try and gear this car up so I can do some of the harder events. Maybe I don't. I mean, it really does scale a lot. So maybe I don't have to. Maybe it's just me being OCD about it. But I feel like that's the best way to do it, right? And it may not be. I'm not one of those min-maxing like best conditions possible kind of player most of the time. Like I play more for fun than for min-maxing in a lot of games. Like, this is a relaxing, this isn't like a World of Warcraft or League of Legends game to me, where I have to like min-max so I can be competitive with other raid members or anything. This is just me playing a game where I'm driving and I can have fun in the little paint shop thing, and I can kind of just putt around in my little golf car, and I can do all kinds of, oops, I had to brake there instead of the turbo. Like, I can just kind of have fun in this, right? I don't have to like focus on min-maxing and finding the best possible thing, right? I shouldn't have to, but this game kind of puts it in with the card game, and I'm not really, I'm not so far a fan of that. And oh, did I just run over the edge? Okay, I'm still good. I didn't screw up the stay on the road thing. So you know, I want to have fun, and I don't want to have this like min-maxing thing going on in the back of my brain. I just want to have brainless fun, and this game's kind of ruining that for me by making me like have to look at cards and have to look at numbers and have to look at stats that don't mean anything is the biggest problem. But like, if it was like, I don't know, if it was like a better stat system, if there was like a way to just upgrade, if I had a level 4 card and I had 3 level 2 cards, if I could upgrade them into upgrade something into a level 6 card, I feel like that'd be better. But I don't see anything like that. There's no like crafting system to build upon, and so I just have to keep getting level 4 cards when I have a level 5 card. That sucks, and I don't understand how that's a good system. You know, I end up getting a bunch of things that I have to shard until I can go back to this thing when it restocks in however many minutes. You know, and if you go at the last minute when it's like it's about to restock in a minute and something, I can check it right before it restocks, and then I can check it after it restocks. That's okay. I caught it at a good time this time, I think. Looks like I'm going to buy a gearbox. It's level 8. And so I have to spend some of that $16,000 for a level 8. Like, why? What do I have? Level 5 head. There's a level 7 head. Guess we'll buy that. There was a pink level 7 head. I probably should have looked at that before I bought that. Just for things. What's exhaust? Do I have a good exhaust on here that I can buy? No exhaust. Okay, so there's a couple of like unbranded things that you could get, but like because you don't get a set bonus and you probably won't. I've never really seen too many branded things with like jump or nitrous on them. That's kind of weird. Normally they're like this and this one with like nothing on them. Okay, so now I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna have to wait until this thing refreshes in 5 more seconds. So it's not that long. But sometimes you're waiting like 5 minutes for this thing to restock, and then. Okay, now I can buy a level 9 exhaust, which that's what I was looking at buying right before it refreshed, but there wasn't any, so that's good. It gave me something that I was looking for but didn't have a good one of. Now there's level 8 head. Would I just buy a level 7 head? Yeah, I think I did. So I'm pretty much going to go buy another one of those just because it's a minor upgrade for another $16,000, which is why I'm having to spam that same like drift event over and over again, which is good money, you know, every time it's 14 or 15,000, and then it's if you get the bonus event, it's like 20 something thousand. Cool, I'm making a lot of money, but then I'm blowing it all right here. I don't get to actually save up much money unless I was like to try and conserve and save by not getting a better car. But it seems like every time I do that event, it wants me to get more points, right? Like it wanted 70,000, and I think it wanted 90,000 points. It started out wanting only like 35,000 or something when I was stock gear, but like as my gear gets better, it expects more of me. And the same thing with the other events. The hardest one I found was drag races are hard because you're going against another car of equal or better gear every time, and then you'll end up doing a race and they take off the line and get perfect shifts, and you maybe just barely miss one, right? And then you just can't catch up. Like they're so far ahead, you didn't time your nitrous use right or something. And I'm like, I'm not good at drag races in any of the other Need for Speed games. I've never been like, I love drag races, I'm just gonna keep spamming and doing those. I remember some people were saying that was the best way to make money in one of the last games, because it's a short event, you know, it's a 30-second event or something on some of them, and that's fine. But I'm having to go spend all this time sharding these stupid cards that I've gotten and doing the same event over and over again. And luckily that Luckily, that one drift event is fairly easy, but I've already done it on one car to get it to level 300 a bunch of times, and I wanted to get it to 300 so I could go and beat a bunch of the other events, like easy peasy, right? I wanted to just be able to slap out a bunch of other events. But those other events get scaled to my car, so really it's like, I guess I could just do any event, and if I'm losing, I need to go buy better parts, but like, it's such an artificial way of leveling that I'm like not having fun with it, right? I can go up here. I still haven't finished the storyline, so don't mind that there's some of the bouncing ones. Will after I do each of those, it'll open up some different stuff, right? But like, say I go up to here, can I get up here real easy? I think somewhere over here I can teleport. So let me get a drink. So like, I could go do these other events and it scales to my car, but you know, this is just a solo player, and I just want to drive and have fun, and I'm not exactly enjoying just this progress hamster wheel that I have to do and I'm gonna have to do this for every car. Like, it's already discouraging me, you know, and I've only had to do it with like 2 cars, and like I get one car that's really geared up, and then I'm like, I have to go buy another car, and then it's gonna come with like stock or very low end parts, and I haven't finished the storyline, so I can't buy like most of the cars that start at 300 level. So I'm guessing those will be better, but again, it's going to put me in events that scale with those, and I find that to be kind of weird. You know, like, look, this one wants me to have drift level 208. What's my level at in this car? Can I even see? Drift 227. So it's kind of like putting me in these like auto log events. Drift continuously for 328. I think I can do that while I'm talking. We'll see. Some of these drift for like 600 yard things, though, they're pretty hard. Like, they're difficult. I'm not like the best at drifting or anything. I feel like it should be easier, and I keep screwing up and like having to straight out the wheel, or like going too slow, not being able to go fast enough to get these longer drifts that it wants me to get. I feel like maybe if you use the dust to your advantage, the dirt road, you could do it easier. There we go. I completed that one pretty easy. But like, some of them, that's only 300 yards. Some of them are like 680 yards or something. And it's like, you have to drift for a long time to do that. And every time I get to like, it's like you're at like, you need 100 yards left. And then I screw up. I'm like, well, I was pretty close. And then I had to straighten out, or I had to use my nitrous to just keep the speed up. And it made me hit a wall or something. That messed up my numbers. This car handles a little bit better than my last car did in these drifts, which is nice, and it's like a lower item level, or whatever this level is. But like, this is fun. I like the driving and handling of this game. I just don't like the leveling up system because it's so phony. Like, it's just not a good... It doesn't feel like a good system to me. I don't know if there's anyone that does like it. I'm sorry if you do. But for me, it's kind of holding me back from wanting to play this game more. And I say that like I don't want to play it more, but I just get a little bit discouraged in the leveling process. When I get a new car, I like go put a new paint job on something, and I'm like, cool, now I got a cool looking car. But I can't go put new parts in it automatically. I can't just be like, I stocked up a bunch of money with this car. I have to actually go play that car while it's crappy. Maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they want, because like the last game, 2015 Need for Speed, you could literally just play in your Lamborghini after you bought it, or your Dodge Viper. I played a lot of the Dodge Viper to save up money to build the next car I was going to buy. Like, I never even had to play my Mitsubishi Lancer or whatever. Like, I literally went and got the money all in the Dodge Viper by doing a bunch of drift events, by doing a bunch of the races on that, and doing the story mode gave me a bunch of money, and I was like, alright, I'm going to go buy this Lancer. Boom, I bought the Lancer. I didn't like the way it drove at first because it didn't have any parts. I went and rode around in the Dodge Viper more, and then, yeah, I'm going to shut that one. So I drive it around in the Lancer, and then I didn't like it, and I was like, I'm just going to go Dodge Viper again, and we're going to go do the Viper thing, and save up, I think it was like 140 grand or something to buy the engine, the turbo, something else, and then it was like you needed another 40 or 50,000 to buy something. I forget what it was. Is this gas station or a thing? What is this? Oh, it's a gas station. I was hoping this was a parts thing. I wasn't looking at the map. But I was like, okay, so I need to go buy the drifting tires. I need to go buy the whatever on that. And then, you know, you finally play on that car after you've geared it up fully. Then it wasn't a car that handled like I liked. It really just wasn't. Avoid coming off the road. Okay. And that's like different than this game, because like it seems like all cars in a category like drifting handle pretty much the same, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think that's realistic, because I don't think all drifting cars handle like all drifting cars. I think some are going to feel like a heavy boat, and some are going to feel, you know, really good, right? Like some are going to feel better than others. And wow, I couldn't even drift around that corner. I fail. What are these, like 16 points for a drift? Wow, I'm terrible. I need so many points. I came off the road. No. Did I go off the road? Nope, nope, nope. We're still good. I totally thought I lost that bonus, but I'm gonna lose it up here in this big corner. I know it, because I'm not paying attention enough. I can't believe it didn't make me lose that bonus for swerving off in that dirt path there. But yeah, like the cars handle good. It's just you gotta like gear them up, and the gearing is not fun. And it's weird that I can like send cards to the garage, but I can't send them to the garage for a different car. Like they stay if you're in something with this car, it stays with this car. And so like, I don't know. And then the scaling of points, this is where I'm gonna screw up so bad. Oh man. See if I can pick my speed back up and stay on the road. I was so worried I was gonna just go off the edge there, because I did it last time I was trying to do this. Or this big circle. This is one where I did it too. I like went right off the edge. I was like, well, I wasn't ready for that corner. Totally messed up. I need so many more points. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna fail this one just because I don't make enough points, because I'm talking and not. Oh dear. Oh dear. Like, I should be going faster at this, but I'm like trying to focus and trying to talk at the same time, which is screwing me up, guys. Sorry. If this isn't the best footage, it's to be expected when you're trying to record. You can never get the good footage on something like this when you need to focus and you need to talk, and I'm not capable. Yeah, I don't know if I want to make enough points. Come on. Is there another big corner up here? I think there is. Switch back, switch back. Good points. Come on. Target score hit. Okay, I did it. Now I just gotta stay on the road. Focus for the last 30 seconds, guys. Come on. No, 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 no. Don't go off now. Oh, man. That would have sucked if I just overestimated my speed there and ate it. I made the points and I stayed on the road. I did it. I feel good. But yeah. Whew. Like, I like this game, but I think they put too much stuff in it that's making me overthink, and I'm not being able to enjoy it as much because of that system. I'm glad it's not the pay-to-win system that some people had rumored. Like, you're not getting these points, like you're not getting these speed cards. You're not getting from the pay-to-win loot boxes, rather. Is that good? That is a minor upgrade. It's a number upgrade, so I'm going to take it. There is shipments, right? And these shipments are the premium currency microtransaction thing. You get the base shipments. You do get those from leveling up. So every time you level, you get one. And they do have one vanity item. They have parts tokens and they have cash. And then they have the premium ones that have parts tokens. I don't know what wild cards are. I got some of those for buying the deluxe edition of the game. You get like 5 or 6 of those. And they came with a couple of the same things that come in these boxes. They just, you know, to get more of them, you can buy them. So, right, you can go, I'm going to go to the store shipment thing. You can buy these for whatever their in-game currency is, which you have to go buy, which is, I don't even know how much. So you can buy them and get kind of a discount for buying like 8 at a time, right? Or 10 at a time, rather. 10 for like what's like probably $8. Or you can buy the premium ones, right? But then here's how much the in-game money is, like $250 for 250 points, $5 for 500 points, $10 for 1050. So you get like kind of that weird curve that like League of Legends does on their currency and stuff, right? Where it's like you spend more, you get an extra 200 points. You get an extra 600 points. If you spend a lot of money, you get an extra 800 points. Okay. Oh, it's a weird system. And then like the more cases you buy, you get, you know, it costs so many points, and you get like 10 packs for a discount. It's making you use money in like the same way as other cards do. They're trying to make you do it like, they're trying to make you use it like gift cards, where like now you're stuck with this, you know, $4 gift card that's stuck on their system that you don't, you know, you don't have anything to spend it on, so you're just stuck with $4 in the ether that doesn't exist and doesn't go anywhere and is just there forever, right? I'm not a big fan of that. I didn't like when Microsoft had the Microsoft points for transactions. I didn't like a bunch of different things like that. I'm just not a big fan of that, right? And I actually don't even care if I do this event. Let's go back to parts thing. I don't like those kind of marketplaces where it's like, spend so much money, blah blah blah, spend more, get a discount. Also, now you've given us your money, so it's just stuck in the ether of it's our money and you can't have it back. So spend more money to spend that, you know, portion that didn't get spent last time because you didn't get an exact purchase. You end up with like 50 RP or 50 whatever these points are called, you know, 50 of these premium cash things that you can't use because it costs 100 to buy a box. So spend a little bit more next time so you get the 850 extra points when you buy it, and then you'll have that extra one. Please stop doing that. It's not fun. What was I looking for? There's a level 9 block. No. Is there ECU? Again, like, I'm having to spend too much time going and looking for like specific parts, and I'm not a car guy, so like I'm really like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a turbo. Do they have a turbo? They have a slight upgrade, level 8 turbo. Another level 8 turbo. That's a green one. What was this one? A blue one. Do I have a green set? Not quite. Could probably get something soon with this set. But it's like so much math, and it's driving me nuts. Let's buy this one, I guess. And it's just such a minimal upgrade every time. These like minimal upgrades. Now there's a green block that would give me more off-roading ability in my drifting car. I don't need off-roading in my drifting car. I mean, I know there's a lot of off-roading in this game, but I don't need it in my drifting car. It's just not part of, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me that that's a thing. Like, that's the bonus you get extra jump. But it's a drifting car. I'm never hitting ramps and stuff. Like, I'm trying to just go around corners and stuff. Like, I feel like they should have compartmentalized those kind of things to the off-roading trucks or the other. I mean, even if they put it on the runners, you know, like you're going to hit a ramp and hit a helicopter or something, because that happens in the storyline, but you don't really have control of it. But, like, so, spoiler alert, sorry. There's helicopters and you make a car fly into one. So, kind of. You vaguely make a car fly into a helicopter. It was a cool scene, but, you know, aside from movie scenes where that happens, you're not really going to need airtime and landing on most cars. Like, I don't need it on my drift. I don't need it on my drag racing cars. When am I driving a drag racing car around the, you know, whatever this valley is called, trying to, like, just do stuff? What's my time on these? 3 more minutes. Oh, it's just, I need an ECU. There's an 8. Again, I'm at that point where I can probably roll a card thing and get a better one than they're having in the store, or I can wait the 4 or 5 more minutes for another thing. This is just not a very good leveling system, guys. It's just, please don't do this again. Please change this to something better. Look, that one actually got 3 upgrades, so I got brakes, jump, and speed. I don't really need jump. Brakes maybe on a drifting car may be important. I don't feel like brakes are the most important thing in this game. Like, other than initiating your power slide, you should have a different kind of system for this instead of just a weird bar that goes up when you have better stuff. Like, what does that mean? Like, are they better for initiating a drift if they're better, or do they just stop me completely if I try and bump the brake? Bump, car stops. Like, do I not want brakes on a drifting car? Am I not going to be able to stop in the open world, like trying to get to an event, like hit the handbrake and it just keeps going? You're just like, well, guess we're not stopping today, kids. Like, I don't understand this system, and it just doesn't make sense. And having just a little progress bar that slides left and right, not good. Not ideal, guys. I don't like it. You know, I'm going through all of these to try and see if any of them give me a little bump of green. Oh, that one did. Look at that acceleration. It gave me 0.3 seconds. 0.03 seconds on my quarter mile and 0.3 on my 0.03 on my 0 to 60. What? That's not a very big upgrade. It's not very exciting, okay? Now, I will say, like, I'm enjoying the paint shop and, like, being able to go do some cool custom stuff. And then having a cool horn and stuff. Like, that's cool. But having to wait for this stupid thing to reload, it's not a good system, guys. Dun dun. The cars handle well. The game plays well enough on my Xbox. That's probably get some frame spikes. When I first load in, some of my skins don't load till I go to like a garage and like actually change cars or do something. That's just probably a texture loading problem. But I mean, the cars look good. There's a lot of customization. If you're one of those guys that likes to tinker and make stuff look cool, you can do that. If you like doing the artsy stuff with layered, textured stuff, there's a lot you can do with adding a bunch of layers and transparencies, and the color customization is really good in this game. Just the card system is not, that's not how engines work, man. That's just not the way to do it. I don't feel like it's a good system. I wish they wouldn't have went with that. I wish they could have done something. I mean, even the last game like wasn't the best system, but it was okay. Buy an engine, buy a turbo, buy something, you know. I didn't have a problem with the last game. This game has a lot more of these random events. Like, this is a speed event where I just have to like keep my average speed above 85 or whatever, and it gets 1 star, and then it's like you need 140 or something for the 2-star edition, right? Oh man, I totally hit that wall. I didn't e-brake fast enough. I was trying to do a drift around there and I didn't. But you know, I kept my speed up for the 1-star. This car's fast enough to do that. When you first start playing and you're trying to do some of those, you're going to be like, I want to do a 2-star event, and it's probably not going to be easy to do. That's sad. That's not exactly ideal. Oh, there's a billboard to hit. Yeah. Side quests like that are fun. I like smashing the billboards. Picking up the poker chip's not exactly as exciting as smashing the billboards. There's probably a poker chip around here somewhere, just because I saw that thing, I'm sure. Is there something over here? Can I get over to this parking lot? No? Is there a poker chip in my screen somewhere? No, I don't see it. There's definitely these weird pop-in moments on some things that, like, when you're driving pretty far. Other than that, I think this game is fun and handles as you would expect for a Need for Speed game. If you like their arcadey style of driving, it's fun. Would I recommend buying it? Probably. If you like Need for Speed games, it's another fun Need for Speed game. There's the poker chip. I got it. First try. I normally fail those like the first try because I underestimate my speed or something, or angle, and I don't think they're as fun as the other one. So drift zone. Oh, overturn that one. Not gonna get all the multipliers. The drift zones are a little bit challenging after the first star. The The first star is generally easy enough that you can land most of the points needed. I don't think I'm going to get it this time. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. What is this? I need like a real big corner up here. Is there one? Oh. I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go. Sorry. Wrecked. Yeah, I'm not the best at... I barely even did any of the drifting in there. And I got the 1 star. So the 1 stars on some of these things are pretty easy on these random events. But like the 2 and I haven't done many of the 3 stars other than the jumps. The jumps are pretty easy because you just got to get a fast car and just run off a jump and you'll probably get it. Did I already do the speed event? I don't even know. I'm kind of just like following the thing around wherever it leads me. I like this kind of just, you know, chill, relax, don't even bother about the events kind of driving. There's a lot of these green events to do. The teal or whatever color this is. I'm colorblind. What do I know? It's some kind of green. They're kind of fun. Oh, I didn't make the speed. I was too slow. Like, if you were to look at the map, even before you've completed the story, there is a lot of these just random things where, like, I've never even done a Blitzkrieg 1 speedrun? What? Is that the name of it? Blitzkrieg Shotgun? Okay, that's the name. I was like, what is this? So speedruns I've done a few of. Wait, oh, that's the end of the other one. And some of them you can do from one way or the other way. Some of them, when you pull up to, they have like a dash through if you're going the wrong way. Pass go, collect $200. Why not? Some of them, the speed traps, you just have to be going at that speed when you go through the line. So those are probably going to be easier once you have faster cars. And I don't know what the reward is for finishing these. It says I get a shipment in 3 more. I think it was like after 60 different ones I get a shipment. I don't know what that is. I don't know how many of those I've got, how many shipments I've gotten from doing different random things. It should tell me like how many shipments I've earned like that. That'd be a good thing to do. It says I've done 27 of the speed traps, total of 72. I don't know what that means. Is that just speed traps? Total 72. So I've done 72 of the random events around the thing. I've done a lot of them around the airport. 3-starred that jump. 3-starred that jump. These ones are kind of easy because you just got a big long thing on the runway and take off. Literally flying through the air with the greatest of ease. So some of those are fun. That one I needed 190 and I kept getting to like 185 and then I'd hit the thing. I was like, I need more place to go, and I'd come out farther and like there just wasn't a good way to keep up the speed and get through it. I kept messing up. Like if I started off in the dirt, like I wouldn't get the speed, and when I hit the thing, maybe when I get a faster car. But my top speeds are probably only like 200 or something in most of my cars now, and I've geared them up a bit since I've tried that one. But yeah, so some of those are fun. Those are cool things. I don't mind those things in the game. They're better than the like random, like you'd go around a corner in the last game and there'd be like, here's a drift zone. You're like, oh, and like flares on the, like 3 or 4 flares on the road were like, boom, you got to do a thing here. And you're like, oh, blah, but you just, unless you had gone through there a bunch of times, you didn't know. I'm not going fast enough for that one. I could probably go. I don't know if this car's fast enough. I'm only getting a 150 something without turbo. So I probably can't do it in this one. But, yeah, you know, it works about the same. You can't fast travel to most of the events, which is different than the last game. But there's a lot of, like, tune-up shops and gas stations to go do that at. So to help you get back to town or whatever, or to get to the mountains if you need to, or get to the other side. I don't know. I mean, that's fine. All that's fine. At any rate, I think this has been a pretty long video, so let me check this and see if there's anything I can buy real quick. I already have a level 10 block. Level 9 head. Wait, was that a... Yeah, level 9 head. I have a level 8 head. Oh, well. Anyways, it's been a long enough video. I think you guys have probably already made up your opinions whether or not you like this game, whether or not you want it. I did hear it's going to be on sale at like Black Friday on, it looks like on Microsoft Store if you wanted to buy it. There was like maybe $20 off, and then it looked like it was like half off at Target, and then on the Walmart ad and maybe Best Buy or some of the other places. It looked like some of those ads had the game at discounted prices. So if you're looking at buying it, maybe on the cheap, look for it at Black Friday. You can get a deal. I don't really like buying games on my Xbox on a disc, because then I have that DRM of I have to plug the disc in every time I want to play. I'd rather just buy it online, which is why I actually bought this just on the Xbox online thing earlier. I wanted to play it already. I'd seen a couple streams and I was like, I want to give it a go, because like the streams that I watched just didn't cover everything, and I wanted to make a video covering it for you guys. Hopefully it gets a lot of views, and hopefully it helps people decide whether or not they want to buy it. If you did like that, please share with your friends that might be interested in buying this kind of game. Look to my channels for future videos if you guys enjoyed this one, if you think it was helpful. I try and make semi-helpful videos. I don't say they're the best quality or the best of gameplay, but hey, you know, it gives you a little bit of information. I like to do this on Call of Duty kind of videos, you know, like what's the crafting system like, or what's the inventory system like, what's the creative class like in some of the games that I play, just because I like to know that kind of information. I go to other channels to look for that myself, and sometimes I can't find it. This game I couldn't really find that much on it, so I like making those kind of videos to just cover it myself in kind of a long format. Short videos, you know, a quick little review doesn't normally cover everything, and I like to just give you guys a full experienced, not playthrough, walkthrough, but just look at inspection of a game. Hope you guys like that. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.